Hi, welcome to my Makeup Monday for Monday the 9th of December 2024. My name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast. Today we're going to use some of our lovely products, some are on the last chance list, to make gift tags, Christmas gift tags. I don't know if you make your own gift tags for Christmas, but I like to sort of personalise my gifts with some handmade gift tags. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make about 6, I think I've done. And as I said, it's using a lot of the products that are on the last chance list. So let's go down to the craft desk and we can get started. Okay. So here we are. So I'm using current product and product that's going to be going, and the Trucking Along bundle is one that is going to be going, much to my sadness because I love my little truck. But I've coordinated it with the Spotlight on Nature dies, the circle dies. So that's one we're going to make. Now this one I have used a retired punch. So have a look in your stash. If you've got things that will make tags, you might have the retired tailor-made tag dies. They would be really good. You might have retired punches that we had. We do have, let me just see if I can find it, but you know, of course I probably won't be able to. We do have a punch, a tag punch. Actually, I think there's 2 tag punches. Let me see if I can find them, but I probably won't be able to because I should have done this. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Yes, there's the Elegant Edge Tag Topper Punch. In the annual catalogue, I believe it's $42. And I believe that it's not on the retirement list, on the last chance products. So we do have a current one. But I've just pulled one out that I've had a few years ago, and it was called the Delightful Tag Topper Punch. This one is retired, so I just pulled that out off my shelf, and I've used the Decorative Trees. I've kept it really simple. So tags, I think you can tend to keep simple. You don't have to go over the top with, because let's face it, most Christmas tags get thrown away with all the wrappings, so you don't want to do too much. Let you in on a secret. I've been known to go through our rubbish, well, not in the bin. On Christmas morning, we generally put the washing basket in the middle of the lounge room floor, and that's where all the gift wrapping goes. And people, when they unwrap their gifts, they throw that into the washing basket. So I have been known to go through the washing basket with all the Christmas wrappings to pull out any handmade tags I might have had, because you know what, you can then make them into a card. You can put it on a card front, so keep that in mind too. I wouldn't suggest going through the garbage bin. This one we used the retired tag topper punch, but I used the Reindeer Days Sweet Collection and a retired stamp set. I've used a couple of retired little stamp sets because they've got little greetings. This one is just really easy. I used the Nested Essential dies, and I just had hand cut a whole lot of the reindeers out of the Reindeer Fun Designer Series paper. Stuck the reindeer on, stamped a sentiment. It's done. Really simple. This one I used the Nested Essential dies again. That funny shape, I don't know what you'd call it. And I used the Decorative Trees. So I've sort of gone a little bit more on this one. And this one I used the Deckled Rectangle dies. They are on the last chance list, and they are, well, I'll go through what they're down to when we're using them. And I used the Decorative Trees. Now there's no sentiment on the front, so I turned it over and stamped the sentiment on the back for that one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a really great way to use up scraps, and also these make a great gift. Put them in a little cello bag and gift them to somebody, and then they've got a set of gift tags ready for next year. So it's a great way of using up scraps. So let's get started on gift tag number 1. So I have my 2 Spotlight on Nature circles. I'm just going to get the little bits out. And the fun thing about doing tags is that once you get started, you start thinking, oh, I could use this in my stash of products. Oh, I could use this. And you sort of you go down a rabbit hole because you start pulling all sorts of things out, making a big mess. But it's fun. And as I said, I like doing handmade tags. Okay, so that's that. And I've got, oh no, we're stamping straight onto this. So let's put that one aside. So the Trucking Along stamp set is on, as I said, is on the last chance product list. The stamp set is down to $33.60 and the punch is down to $33.60. So if you were wanting that, you're better off buying them the 2 separate item numbers because the bundle is $72.75. So this works out to be what, $67.20. So it's cheaper to buy them separately, 2 separate item numbers. So let's get a little truck out, and I've got all my inks over here. So I've got my Memento ink to start with, so let's just get that, get my little truck out, pop him on a block, and we're going to stamp that on our circle. I am going to try not to bring my head in because we don't want that. I might actually move him up, and instead of doing the For You, I might move him up and have the Happy Christmas a little bit more up. Does that make sense? Hope so. Okay, so we'll clean as we go. Oops. So I hope everybody had a nice weekend. I had a card class on Saturday. Well, it wasn't a card class. We made the Christmas decorations. What is it called? The Christmas ornaments. I believe they're out of stock again, but they did come back in, and I managed to get a few kits for the ladies who wanted to do that. Now this stamp is the tire and the axle, and you need to, I might have to bring my head in. I'll bring it down a little bit further, and then maybe my head won't come in. You have to line up the centers, the axles on the wheels. That's the easiest way to do that. So I'm just trying to do that without bringing my head in. I think that's probably gonna hopefully be right. Not bad. Not bad at all. So let me so yeah, so I had that class on Saturday, and that was lovely. We made the 9 ornaments in that kit, and even though the kit is unavailable at the moment, when it does come back in, grab it and make the decorations up next year, because it's a beautiful kit. And it's, when it says unavailable, it means the kit is coming back. So keep that in mind. Okay, I'm inking this up in real red. Now for this one, to line the colour of your truck up, line up your window outline. If you can do that, you're going to get it pretty spot on. Now I'm just bringing that down again so I can try and get in without my head coming into the camera. Well, I think I might have missed that, I'm not sure. Let's hope I didn't. You know, that's okay, because it's meant to have like a bit of shine on the mud guards. That's okay, we can go with that, we can work with that. So that's that. I'll clean that one. Now this one I put the presents in the back. I could put the tree in the back of this car, this truck. You all know how much I love my little truck. I'll move that to one side and I'll get my Memento back. I could do the tree maybe. So let's have a little look. So I'm going to pop my tree in the back of the truck the outline of the tree. It's coming together. Pop that there. I'll be hanging on to this set because everybody in the world knows how much I love this set. Let's get the garden green in for the Christmas tree. I did the presents in granny apple green, but I'll do the Christmas tree in garden green. Got to just work out how this works. How does this work? Oh, this way. Oh, yes, there we go. So I'm just going to ink up my branches, and I'm going to just bring this down a little bit more again to try and just line it up with my tree. There we go. There we go. There's a tree in the back of our little truck. Isn't it just so gorgeous? I know, I'm crazy. But I do love my little truck. It's my favorite. Okay, now the Christmas sentiment in this stamp set is wishing you a festive Christmas. That's not going to fit. That's why I went to some of my previous stamp sets, because some of them have got little sayings that worked really well. I could do this Merry Christmas from the Framed and Festive. Whoopsie. That would fit there. Let's do that. That's nice. I am going to practice though. Where's a scrap? I'll get this scrap here. And I am going to just practice because it's not photopolymer, so I want to make sure I get it straight. Yep, okay. So, hopefully I've got that straight. That's pretty good. I'll go with that. I'll be happy with that. So we've just changed that up a little bit, but that's okay. We can do these things. And that's why when you're making tags, if you hang on to retired products for whatever reason you like them and you don't want to get rid of them, that comes in handy when you're making things like this that is on a smaller scale. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in onto our larger Spotlight on Nature circle die. And just center it. There we go. Put my glue back on, lid back on. And then we're going to get the baker's twine that's in the Reindeer Days suite. And this is not on the Last Chance product list. This is obviously staying. So that's good. So I'll just cut some of that off. And I'm just doubled it over, and I'm just going to poke it through one of these loops, one of these holes. Poke it through like so. That's too far over. Let's go over to the next one. And then just loop it through, and then you've got another little tag. Cute, isn't it? I think so. I'll do my blinging at the end. We'll bling once. Okay. So what's the next one? The next one is a retired punch with the decorative trees. So where's my punch? So I imagine the one that's in the catalogue that's available, it doesn't have multiple layers like this. It's just got one slot. These slots are 2 inches wide. So if you cut your cardstock to 2 inches, it slides in perfectly. And then you can cut it out and just throw that away, and it makes, as I said, this one is retired. It makes a beautiful decorative topper for a tag. So have a look at the one in the annual catalogue or online to see what you've got. Now I'm going to use the same Merry Christmas again, and I'll stamp that first. I stamped that last time, and I could have, I didn't quite get the spacing right. So this time we're going with cherry cobbler, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So I'm going to put it down a little bit lower, because that's what I want to do. I think I'm going with that. So I'll get rid of that stamp. So yes, so I had that class on Saturday afternoon, and then so I think I'm not using this one again, so I'll put that to one side. Then my hubby and I went out for dinner with some friends to a lovely restaurant over at Terrigal, and that was really nice. So I'm using just this tree. This tree. I'm going to use that tree on my tag. So I'll pick that up, and I've got garden green here. I'm going to use a bit of glimmer paper. So just ink up my tree in garden green, and I'll put it down a fraction so that our star can sit on top of that tree. There we go. I mean, if you wanted to do really, really decorative tags, you certainly could, but I just feel like it's a bit of a waste because I'm going to measure this, because I just want to. I'm going to just measure it like so. This is like the cheat's way of measuring, isn't it? So now I can cut that off with my trimmer on that pencil line. I'll do that same for the next tag. I have a little bit of glimmer paper which I'm going to put on the base of our tag, just to make it sparkle. This is the one we're doing, and it's a little bit too long, so I'm just going to put glue on enough to just get it in place, and then I will trim it down. It's a great way to use up scraps. I think I've had glue spurtage. Don't like glue spurtage. Okay, just straighten it up. I'll just hold that in place for a little bit just to make it adhere properly. And then I have some baubles that I'd cut out for a class, and most of them have adhesive sheet on the back, which is very handy. So I'll put another bauble there. I've got my star, and I haven't turned my phone on to silent. There we go. That's another bauble. Okay, so we're going to put 3 baubles and the star on. So I can get rid of that. Where's my little take your pick tool? I shall do my baubles first. They're a bit fiddly, but you know, sometimes fiddly is worthwhile. Okay, so I'm going to pop one here. And on Sunday, hubby and I went over to the shops and we finished off our Christmas shopping. Yay! I do like it when I'm done. It's a sense of achievement. I don't know if everybody else feels that way, but I find it's a sense of achievement when the Christmas shopping is finished. Got to wrap it all, but that's okay. Where will we put this one? I might put this one here. Okay, and we'll put our star on. It also has adhesive sheet on the back. Gotta love adhesive sheet when you're working with delicate and fine, intricate dies. I'm going to put that down a little bit so it doesn't bump into my Merry Christmas. There we go. And then I'm going to get my paper snips and just snip that off. And I'm going to get my cherry cobbler blend and just edge it. Can you see how I've edged this one? Just put an edge on it. I just think it just sort of finishes it off. So just with my blend, I'm just going to go around it very carefully so I don't slip, because I don't want that. There we go. Careful not to put your fingers in it. I don't really need to go along the bottom there, but I am. There we go. How about that? And we're going to grab the cherry cobbler ribbon, put it back up on my shelf. So this is not going. This is still going to be available, this beautiful cherry cobbler and gold ribbon. So that's good. Okay, so once again, I'm just going to poke it through the hole at the top of the tag and form a loop and pull my ribbon through. There we go. Another tag. So let's pop that to one side. Okay, this is the next one. So this is my Rudolph, and I'm going to get my retired tag topper punch back in. Get rid of that. And once again, I'm going to do a cheats way of cutting. See, I'm not doing many measurements with my tags. It's more just sort of just make it up as you go. I'll just put a little mark there. I'll grab my trimmer. Bring that in, cut that off. So this is a tag, and I've got a little bit of the paper, the Reindeer Days paper, and I've just cut it a little bit smaller than the width of the 2 inches of the tag punch. So I'm gonna put that on. So I strongly recommend you go through your craft supplies, see what you can make into tags, see what you can turn into tags, use up your papers to make little tags. Now, where did I put the Reindeer Days stamp? Oh, here it is. Okay, this one is going as well. It's on the last chance product list. It's not reduced, and neither are the decorative trees. It's not reduced, but they're both going. So if you want these stamp set and dies, get them sooner rather than later, because once they're gone, they're gone. Okay, I actually have a couple of the the little reindeers already cut and made. So I am going to, I might do the garden green wreath this time. This one's the granny apple green, but I might do the garden green wreath on this one. So that's that, and I've got a little stylish shaped die banner, and from the Itty Bitty Greetings, which is also a retired stamp set, I'm going to just stamp the little believe, because it's very cute, and I'm going to do that in real red. Okay, hopefully I'll get it straight. Fingers crossed, everybody. And I've got it centered, hopefully. Not bad. We'll go with that. It works. Yeah, so as I've said, I hang on to a few retired things. I don't always get rid of everything because I like some of my retired stuff. So on this little banner, I am going to use the mini dimensionals. Just going to pop 3 along. The only thing, if you're doing tags, you wouldn't want to do a lot of colouring with your blends straight onto your cardstock, because your stamping blends bleed through your cardstock. So when you turn your tag over, you'd have a mess on the back. So if you're going to use your stamping blends, make sure you put like another layer of cardstock so that you cover up the bleeding of the blends through it. And I'm going to pop a dimensional there and a dimensional there. You all know how much I've loved my little reindeer. I still think he's beautiful. And I wish he wasn't going. And I'm going to get my dark real red blend. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to edge my that's not the edge I want. That's not the end of the blend I want. I'm going to edge my tag with the blend carefully. Can always go back and do a little bit more, but this is one way of edging your work. Oopsie, that's right, the twine will cover that up. I'm going to go back here and put a bit more down here, but I think that's okay. I think, or maybe I'll less is more, Denise, less is more. Okay, that's enough. And we'll get our baker's twine again. These paper snips are my very first paper snips I got when I joined Stampin' Up 16 years ago, and they're still going strong. So that's why I just cut anything with them, because they're so old, and I do have newer ones. But I just go to my old faithfuls and they cut ribbon, they cut everything. I'm not very kind to them. They're real workhorses. Okay, there's our little second one. Our little second tag. And you can just write on the back, and you can see, because I haven't coloured with blends, the back's quite good. So there's number 3. We're getting there. Oops, we just hit halfway. Okay, this one is the Nested Essential dies. Here we go. These aren't going, they're staying, and they're really good dies. They've got banners, they've got these rounded off rectangles and this funny shape that's interesting and great. So, and this one's super simple. All I did was get my reindeer's paper out, because I fussy cut a whole lot of reindeers, and I just chose one for my little tag. Super simple. Can't have that one because his legs are going to hang off. I suppose you could have, no, can't have that one. So you just have to choose one which works best. Look, this one's quite cute. Let's go with him. I'm going to put him up and put my sentiment down the bottom. So that's a really easy way of making your tags. I'll stamp my sentiment. Now I did Merry Christmas from the framed, and I think I might do I might do no, I'm going to do Happy Christmas out of this old set. One of my favourites. And I need red again. Keep putting it back. I don't think I need that block out, so I might get rid of that off my desk. It's taking up space. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this first and hope I get it straight. And in the middle. Pretty good. Okay, now I'm just going to get my glue and put that on the back of our little reindeer. And pop him there. Move him over a bit. There we go. That's fun. He looks cute, doesn't he? Now, then I've got just a hole punch. I don't even... Oh, it is a Stampin' Up! One. It's a retired one. I'm just going to put this in here. So if you've got a hole punch, just grab one and use it. Just put a little hole in it. As I said, I keep things. And I'm using the baker's twine again. So you can see, you can just sort of smash out a whole lot of little tags. Once you get going, you can make a set and then cut everything to make the same set again, like I'm doing here. This tag was number 4. Cute. Okay, next, I don't think I need my baker's twine for these ones. This is the Nested Essential die. Okay, and I've cut out a tree, a Night of Navy tree. And what I like about making your own tags is that you can, that's not going to work, you can coordinate it with your gift wrapping if you so desire, which is pretty cool. I like that. So I've done the snowflakes. I know we don't have snow here, but you know. So I'm just going to, that's not the one I want to use. This is the one I want to use. I'm just going to get the adhesive sheet off the back. Whoopsie. And just get rid of a couple of things that are left. I think that's all that was left in it. Oh no, there's a couple up here. Because this is going to layer over the top of the Night of Navy. So let's just layer over the top like so. And then we just sort of ease it into place, lining up with our branches. Does that make sense? Hope so. Okay, I've got a couple of little bits under here that I want to get off. There we go. No, you can't stay there. You've got to go away. Okay, so lining them up with our branches. I'm just massaging it into place. That one's not lined up properly. There we go. And there we go. Sorry, this is going over. It shouldn't. Oh, this one shouldn't be in here. Go away. We don't want you. Okay, so that's that. Now I grabbed my blending brush and I just put a little bit of ink just to soften all the white. I just did a little bit of ink behind it. I'm not going to even reload it. I'm just going to work it. Oops, we don't want to screw it up. Okay. So that's going to go there, but I will get from the decorative trees, I'll get the Oh Christmas Tree stamp and put that onto this block, and I shall grab, I don't think I need garden green anymore, that can go away. I'll grab my Night of Navy. So before I put my tree on, I'm just going to make sure I've got room for my sentiment, and it just fits perfectly. Beautiful. Love it. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to just pop this up on dimensionals. I think I'll use a little one. I'll put my blending brush away so I don't get into trouble. Get ink on something I don't want ink on. There we go. I'm going to just pop my tree down the bottom here. And just sort of place him on. I'm going to get my little hole punch again. And I'm just going to eyeball the centre. If you want, you could mark the centre if you want to be more accurate than me, but that's okay. Now I'm going to use the silver trim. This is in, I think it's in the catalogue. Or is it an online exclusive? Maybe it's the online exclusives, but I did check. It is not going. It's not on the last chance product list. So that's a good thing. It's nice to have something staying around. Okay, so I just want to get that through. My little hole punch is quite little, so it'd be nice if it was just a fraction bigger when I'm using something a bit thicker than baker's twine. But you know, we'll work with it and manage. She says. Maybe we won't. It's not cooperating. There we go. Got it. How far? Oh, not too bad. We're nearly gone. Well, got one to go. And then we just got a bling. My fingers aren't working. There we go. Nice. So that's number 5. Okay, number 6. Here we are. I've got deckled rectangle dies. Now these are on the last chance product list, and they used to be $53. They're down to $42.40. So if you want to get them, they're still available. The deckled circles, they aren't in the online store anymore, so they must have sold out. But they were on the last chance list, and I can't find them anywhere. I put the name in and I put the item number in. Couldn't find them, so they've gone. These are still there, and they're great. I really like them. I'll probably hang on to those. Okay, so I've just used the deckled rectangle. I've got a piece of the Season of Green and Gold paper. That's in the online store. That's not on the last chance list. That seems to be staying around. So I've just got a piece of the plaid Season of Green and Gold, and I've just cut it just slightly smaller than my rectangle just to have a border. And I've got the plaid tree. Now I don't have any adhesive sheet on the back of this. So we're just going to have to wing it. I've got to get all the bits out. There we go. I'm getting there. Whoopsie. Getting there. Probably should be doing this a better way, but I'm not. Just going with it. So just bear with me while I get all the little bits out. I chose the plaid tree because the paper behind's plaid. I did green on this one, but my husband didn't think that stood out enough. So I went, oh, okay, let's do the pretty sparkly white. So that's what I've gone with this time. And all the bits are not cooperating. I think I've had trouble with this plaid tree before with being very stubborn. I'll have to remember that for videos. Okay, let's just, oh, sorry, it's taking a minute. My phone's buzzing. I bet you that phone buzzing is my son and daughter chatting on the family chat. I bet you anything. Okay, get rid of all that mess. Oh no, that's not. So, I don't know if that stands. There's no room for a sentiment, and that's why on this one I did the sentiment on this side. But I am going to pop this on little mini dimensionals, but I did have to glue the top of the tree down because it was too flappy. So I am going to put little mini dimensionals where I can, and they will be quite hidden. You won't be able to see them when it's down, but I didn't like the top of the tree point being loose, so I will glue that down. And I'll just put a little bit of blue up here. I'll just have that down for a minute. Hopefully my finger didn't stick with it. Okay, now I'm going to get my hand punch back in and punch a little hole. And I used gold on this one, and I think I'll do gold again, even though it's a white sparkly tree. I think gold still looks nice. And it's using our products, using up our products. So some of these things are on the retirement or the last chance product list, some aren't. But if you want anything from the last chance product list, go for it. And today, the 9th of December through to Wednesday the 11th, if you spend over $65, you will get free shipping. And you'll also get to be in my January Make and Create. Okay, I won't put a sentiment on the back of that now. I can do that later. Let's get a bling folder in and start blinging. Now this one I use the metallic gold dots. So let's grab those. Here they are. So that sort of went with the ribbon. I'm just going to use the big ones. I might move this one over. Put that there. So that's another tag done with the decorative trees. This one I just used good old rhinestones, and I've got little ones left on this sheet, so we'll just use the little ones. You don't have to put bling on your tags if you don't want to. That is entirely up to you. If you think that's a waste of bling, don't do it. Okay, decorative tree number 2. This one I used the little peppermints, and I don't believe the peppermints are retiring. I think they're staying around. So that's good. Whoopsie. And we'll do it down here. So that's the peppermints on our little reindeers. This one I didn't put any bling on because I felt the sparkle of the wreath was enough. So I didn't bling that, and I didn't bling this one because we've got the gold foil star and bells. This one I used, what are these? The gold textured adhesive back dots. These are, to me, more yellow, but if you don't have anything gold, it doesn't really clash. So let's go with that. And I might just put them like I did there, 3, sort of going around the circle. There we go. And I think that's it. So we now have 6 tags. Well, I've got 12. But we now have 6 lovely tags using our products. So let's clear off the desk a little bit so I can show and tell. Okay, here we go. So here's my trucking along one. Get rid of all this mess. I need a little dust buster, don't I? Come in and vacuum everything up. Here are my two little trucking along ones. Really cute. This stamp set's discounted. So if you want, and the punch. So if you want that, it's still available. Jump in quick. And then you can just write on the back. It doesn't matter if it's red. You can still see pen on the back. And if you've got a little to and from stamp, you can also stamp that. This one's using the Retired Decorative Delightful Tag Punch and our Decorative Trees. This one's using Reindeer Fun and our beautiful little reindeer. Here's some more beautiful little reindeers. I've got some glue on my glass mat and things are sort of, you know, just cut your paper out and have some reindeers. Here's a couple more trees. I'm running out of space. Decorative trees on the Nested Essential dies. And another decorative trees on the Deckled Rectangle dies that are going. So there you go. Can quickly make tags. Doesn't take long and it's super fun. And once you get started, you get on a roll and it's really quite fun. I'm just trying to work out which one's my favourite. You know what? I think I've got two favourites. My truck and my navy tree. I think they're my favourites. So let's just go back to face view. There we go. Sorry, I've gone a bit long, ladies. Making Christmas tags. How cute are they? Really cute. The truck's going up a hill. So thanks for watching. Sorry I went over time. Have a great week ahead and I'll see you on Wednesday for Card and a Cuppa. Bye for now.